Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Meredith Phillips, and today is the official launch day for the Critique Partner Matchup. I floated this idea back in like November, I want to say, and I got a good response from people who said yes, 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 please. So here we are, we're doing the thing. Finding a good critique partner is something that can be really challenging because how do you do that? There's not like a website that you go to find a critique partner. Like there's a lot of different things online that could help, but it can be difficult. It can be a challenge to find somebody that you really click with, that's writing something that you're interested in, and you're writing something that they're interested in, and they give good feedback. Like it can be a challenge. So the point for this matchup is to give you another opportunity, another forum to find somebody who might work well with you as a writing partner. My biggest hope, of course, for this is that you will sign up and you will find a great critique partner and you'll have a relationship that lasts for years and years, and it's great. If you don't, however, keep looking. There's opportunities that come up every so often in different kinds of places. So just keep your ears and eyes open and look for those opportunities if this particular one doesn't quite work out for you. I'm going to get into exactly how this matchup is set up in just a few minutes, but I did want to let you know about some other author tubers who are helping me out with this. There's a playlist linked in the description, and I've had several other amazing author tubers who have volunteered their time to make a video about critique partners. And they're all talking about a different aspect of being a critique partner, working with a critique partner, how all of that can work out, their own personal experience, things like that. So please, please, please go check that out. There's a bunch of different videos in there that will hopefully help you, especially if you've never worked with a critique partner before, or you're not maybe quite sure if you're ready for that yet. Go check those videos out. They're all excellent and from amazing, amazing creators. So I hope that will be helpful for you in your journey to critique partnerdom. Thank you so much to those author tubers who volunteered to help me out with this. I really appreciate it. Let's start with just a few quick little factoids, little pieces of information about how this is set up, and then I'll go into some more details about what exactly you would need to do to sign up for this. This critique partner matchup is open to anyone 18 and older who is writing in any genre. This is open to any genre. You can be at any point in your writing journey. Usually writers kind of get to a point. I don't know what that point is, but you get to a point where you're like, somebody else needs to look at what I'm doing here and tell me if what needs help. If you've gotten to a point where you feel like you need some feedback, this is for you. My intention with this is to leave the matchup open basically indefinitely. I was trying to think like, what reason would there be for me to shut this down? I couldn't think of anything, like, unless I completely delete myself from the internet, or I don't know what would happen where I would need to close this. So as far as I can tell, this is going to be open and available to you for months and hopefully years to come. So if you're not maybe quite ready yet for a critique partner, maybe you're still working on a draft or a revision, you're like, maybe in like a couple months I'll be ready. Come back in a couple months, this should still be here, unless there's some weird thing that's happened that I've had to close it down for some reason. But this should be open pretty much indefinitely and available to you whenever you are ready to look for a critique partner. So the basic premise of how this is set up is you will complete a questionnaire that asks you a variety of questions, and then those questions will be compiled into a Google Sheet, and that Google Sheet will be available to people who have signed up. This is not a sheet that is just like available to the public at large. You've got to have a direct link to it, which you will be provided with if you sign up. Once you've signed up, answered the questions, and your stuff is compiled in that sheet, you can then go through the sheet yourself and look at other people's answers and see, ooh, this person is also writing fantasy horror and that looks awesome and they sound cool, so I'm going to email them. This is going to be an up to you kind of thing. You are going to be reaching out to other people listed in that spreadsheet. Their email is going to be in there, so you can be like, hey, I saw your little entry on the questionnaire, like you seem cool, do you want to switch pages and see if we vibe, and you can kind of go from there with the relationship. This is not something that I'm going to be like involved in terms of you contacting other people. That's going to be a you thing. My role in this is a facilitator. I'm providing this space for you, and then it's up to you to use it. I would encourage you to only sign up for this if you've really taken the time to think about whether you're ready for a critique partner or not. One of the things that I really don't want to happen with this is that a bunch of people just like sign up and then you're in this list and you're not really serious about it. You kind of sign up on a whim and then you kind of forget about it. You know, then you're going to have a big list of people, but like half of the people are not really serious and they've kind of forgotten that they are even submitted their information, right? I don't need that. So if you are thinking about signing up, please take your time. Like I said, this is going to be open for a long time, so it's not like, oh, you better sign up today or you're, out of luck. Think about whether or not this is something you're really ready for and you're really intentional and seeking a critique partner here. So that's part of the reason that I have this set up the way I do. If you're interested in signing up, there's sort of like a 2-step process to it, which again, I'll show you here in a second. And basically that's for 2 reasons. One reason is I don't want people just like throwing their name in the hat and here they are. Like it does take a little bit of work for you to sign up. And so I'm hoping that for people who might otherwise sign up on a whim, the amount of work involved in signing up will deter them from that. So I'm hoping that'll help. But then the other slightly more practical reason is you are going to be submitting some personal information in this questionnaire. Obviously, your email address needs to be included so people can contact you. But then you're also going to be sharing information about your writing journey, about the project you're working on, things like that. I don't feel like most people want that just like widely available to 8 billion other humans on the internet. Because this sheet will be hidden, that's another reason I wanted people to have to go through some sort of sign up process in order to access it. So without further ado, let me pop over to my computer. I'll pull up the stuff so I can kind of show you how it's set up. And then if you're ready, the links to sign up on that first sheet are in the description. But let me head over here real quick and show you what I've got going on. Okay, so there is one link to a Google form in the description. And if you click on it, it will bring you to this sheet here. It's just a very quick little form. It asks for your first and last name. If you have a pen name that you like to use, that's totally fine. And then there's just a quick question about why are you interested in finding a critique partner at this time. Once you've submitted that, I will get an email that says, hey, this person filled this thing out. And I will then be able to send you a link to the actual full questionnaire. This is honestly primarily meant to just weed some people out who otherwise, if they don't want to even do this bare minimum kind of work to sign up for this is going to get rid of those people. That's really the main reason for this here. I do ask that you give me a 24-hour period to email you the link to the questionnaire. I'm usually very fast with emails, even if it's in the middle of the workday. Like I'll take a quick pause and send it to you. But obviously if you're in like the UK and you submitted it like 6 in the morning, I am still going to be asleep. So, just give me a second. If you don't get a reply email within a day though, do email me. My email is on here. Just be like, hey, I didn't get it. So anyway, that's the first step. The second step is the full questionnaire. I would ask that if you're filling this out to be as thorough and as honest and as complete as possible, because these are the answers that everybody else is going to see when they're looking through the spreadsheet to see, do any of these people look cool and I want to chat with them further about being partners. Also note, everything you put in this sheet is going to be available to other people to view. So, if there's anything you really don't want a huge number of people to know, don't put it in here. But, they are going to be able to see what your name is. I have a question in here about your age. You don't have to answer that one, but that could be helpful if someone's really, if you're like 35 years old, do you want to be paired with like a 19-year-old? Maybe that can totally work. but maybe you want someone a little closer to your age, so that could be a factor. You don't have to fill that out if you don't want to. And then the rest of these questions are just sort of about your writing journey. What are you currently working on? What category and like age range do you write for? I have some questions in here about your current work in progress. Does it have anything that might be like too much for somebody? If you're writing a really gory horror book, that might not be for everyone. So like, you know, tell us if there's anything that really needs to be, we need to be careful about. Then some other things about like personally for you, is there something you won't read? Maybe you won't read a romance unless it's closed door and like zero spice. Like tell us that kind of thing here, because obviously if someone's written like an erotica novel, that's not going to be up your alley. Just some other general questions in here to try to like facilitate conversation, to get people to know a little bit more about you. Some fun facts about yourself. If you want to put in your social media handles, like you can do that here. At the very bottom, I do have an opportunity for you to upload a writing sample. Should be pretty short, just like a page or two. I don't care about like double spaced or single spaced, you know, just whatever. If there's something you want to upload, you can. This is not required. You don't have to do this. But that would give people an opportunity to look at your writing and see like, ooh, they have a really cool, like, awesome vibe to their writing. I really like it, you know. So you don't have to do that, but that is here for you to do if you wish. Now, one really quick note about this writing sample. This sample is not there for you to critique and then send to somebody with your intro email. Do not do that. This is just for you to read and get a sense of their writing style. It's not meant to be like a practice critique piece. No. Just use it for your own information, and then that's it with that. Once you've submitted your responses, I will email you a link to this spreadsheet here. I've got just a little like blurby intro thing here. And then the responses are all in this sheet. You can see all the questions along the top here, and you'll be able to scroll and look and see like, oh, this person's also writing YA fantasy. Cool. Like that's what I'm doing. And you can go ahead and email people from there. I also have a page with just some other resources, other blog posts or articles from different websites with helpful tips about being a critique partner, some other videos, again, from other author tubers from years past, talking about critique partners, etc., etc. So if you've really not entered the critique partner space before, I would highly recommend looking through some of this first, just to sort of educate yourself a little bit on what's expected of critique partners, do's and don'ts, things like that. There is a little bit of a etiquette that goes along with this. So all that resource is there for you as well. Now, let's say you sign up, you start emailing somebody, you find a great partner. That's awesome. I'm really excited about that. Maybe you don't want your information to stay on this sheet for the rest of time. If you get to a point where for whatever reason, whether you've already made a match or you decide like life is too busy, you don't have time for this, email me if you need your information deleted off of that spreadsheet and I can delete it. There's no problem with doing that. The only thing is if I delete your row of info, it's gone. Like I'm not saving that. It's gone. So then if you wanted to sign up again in like 6 months for some reason, like you would have to refill out the questionnaire and everything. So just keep that in mind. But if you do want your stuff deleted out of here for some reason, just email me and I can do that. One more quick note about emailing potential critique partners. For someone, I know this is maybe just a me, it's not just a me thing. I know other people feel like this too, but it's not everybody. There are definitely some people though who are going to sign up for this, and it's going to produce a little bit of anxiety, especially when it comes to cold emailing some of these people that you've never met in your life. I've done something like this, and as soon as you send the email being like, hey, I saw your questions, like, you sound cool, can we like chat more? That can be really anxiety inducing. It takes a mental and emotional effort to do that. So I would ask, if you get an email from somebody and for whatever reason you're not interested in being critique partners with them, please do them the courtesy of emailing them back. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to go into some multi-paragraph explanation about why you don't want to be critique partners with them. Just email them back and be like, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm not interested at this time, but thank you so much. Hope you have a good day. Something just to let them know, like, you did get the email and you're declining their offer very politely and very respectfully, but just do something so that they can like close that part for themselves. Otherwise, then you're just like, that person's gonna be sitting there like waiting and waiting. Did they see it? Are they on vacation and they're not gonna see it for like a week? You know, it can produce anxiety. So please, if you get an email, do that person the courtesy of emailing them back. So I hope this sounds good. I'm hoping that a bunch of you will sign up if you're ready. Again, this will be open and available for the foreseeable future, so don't feel like you have to rush. But yeah, share this with your friends. I don't think I've ever asked for people to share a video of mine before, but this will be successful if there's a bunch of people who sign up for it. If 3 people sign up for it, then your chances of making a good match are pretty low. The more participants we have, the better chance people will have of finding a good match. So if you would share this video, that would be great. I'm not interested in having new subscribers from this. Like, you don't have to subscribe to my channel to be a part of this at all. Like, this is for writers to connect with other writers. But the more people who know about it, the better. So if you share this video, definitely tag me. I'd love to see it, either here on YouTube, like in the community tab, or on Instagram. I don't really go on Twitter or X anymore, whatever it is. But yeah, share it so that we have the most possible participants in this matchup. If you have any other questions for me, definitely let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer anything. I hope I covered everything. I probably forgot some major detail, but I think I covered most things. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, you can click the subscribe button. I post videos on Fridays usually. I know this is going up on a Tuesday, but it's usually Fridays. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.